Hey, this is Perez Hilton, and you're watching edan.com.
Thank you so much, Perez Hilton. Perez Hilton, appreciate that shout out. Who is he? He is a superstar of the internet. If you haven't seen his blog, check it out. PerezHilton.com, celebrity blogger. Came out and with guns blazing when the internet started, and this guy just started putting all these celebrity pictures up there and doing all this blogging about it. And it's one of the most popular sites on the internet today. So I appreciate that shout out, Perez. And people check out his site, PerezHilton.com. Welcome to show 138 for February 25th, 2010. I'm Dan Doherty, the host of this fantastic daily show here at edan.com. I'm also the CEO and founder of TipTopWebsite.com, where you can create your own website online in 60 seconds. Packages start only $1 a month. Use the promo code Dan. That's right. Use my name, DAN, at sign up in the promo code section. When you get a website on any package, that's right, any package at tiptopwebsite.com with that promo code Dan, I'll give you a free domain. Doesn't get any easier than that. Let's jump into the news. Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. You've heard of it before, turned 20. When I say you've heard of it, well, 20 years old. That's crazy. The internet hasn't been around for 20 years. Well, I guess about 20 years, but personal computers certainly have. So when you see a picture on a magazine cover, it's been Photoshopped. No ifs, ands, or buts. Photoshop is a $700 program. It just works phenomenal, and it's Photoshopped. Though the program is very expensive, it's worth its weight in gold and then some, because actually the software doesn't weigh much. So it's you know what I'm saying, right? It's worth a lot more than $700. You have to know how to use it. There's so many tools that even Photoshop masters don't know how to use all the tools perfectly. There's so many tools. So you can manipulate photos. So like if it's a picture of a girl modeling on the cover of a magazine, they retouch the skin and they tighten up the skin and they do the hair and they change the color of the eyes. And if it's a guy, they tighten up his abs and give him bigger arms and all those things. And if it's a cover of a magazine and they've got maybe the back of a magazine, they got a beer can, they put the beer can, they put shadows on it and make it, the water drip off it and put mountains in the back. Photo manipulation, that's what Photoshop is amazing for. They turned 20, so there's a lot of pirated versions out there. If you're going to get it, buy it. Don't rip it off. I'm a big believer in buying it because you buy these companies' software and they keep developing better and better products. So I bought it for my company. It's great. We use it all the time, but happy birthday to them. I'm going to give you piece of software. If you're not a big company and you don't have $7 to spend on Photoshop, or maybe you do, but you want to test it out first, no problem. They have a free trial. I'll put a link in the show notes to their website. You can check out their trial. But even if you don't want to spend $700 after a 30-day trial, check this out. GIMP, GIMP.org. You download it. It's open source program. What is that? Open source means developers just jump in and help out writing the code. It means the whole community gets together, the open source community, and they make the software better and better. So GIMP.org, a lot of schools use it just like Photoshop. So it's got a lot of the same features. I'm going to look at a screenshot here. I haven't seen it for a while, but it's amazing what you can do with this. It really is. It has all the different layers and stuff. So if you want to learn Photoshop and you don't have $700, don't worry about it. I highly recommend getting GIMP.org. You may love it so much you may stick with it, okay? But Photoshop is definitely a great tool to know when you go for a job. So you can always get work if if someone, web company, any kind of internet company or graphics company, of course, you can go get a job with them and say, I'm a Photoshop master. They'll say, oh yeah, let's see some of your work. And you have like a photo album of work you've done, you manipulate it, and you can pull it up in front of them and say, let me see what I can do. Let me show you, the different things I can do. That's impressive. And when I hear people can do Photoshop, it always perks my ears up. And I say, well, let me see some of the work you've done. I'd like to see that. If it's really spectacular, maybe I'll buy some of their work, okay? So happy birthday to them. Also, quick note, Photoshop has Photoshop Elements. You may love it. If you do, that's great. I tried it years ago, wasn't a fan of it. It's just a light version you could pick up for $76, looks like on Amazon. $60, $70 other places you can always find it on sale, but Photoshop Elements is like a really stripped down version of Photoshop. So I recommend getting, if you really want Photoshop, try out their trial. And if you want it, but you don't want to spend the money even after 30 days, no problem. Check out GIMP.org. You'll absolutely love it. All right. If you think all the internet ideas have been taken, you're wrong. Okay, Netflix. I'm always talking about Netflix, how great they are. You know, you give them $9 a month, they send you all the DVDs you want. You put them in the mail, you send them back. You can also watch them online. So check this out. Rent the Runway raises $15 million for Netflix. It's called the Netflix for Couture. What is couture? Fancy dresses, fancy outfits. Okay, so women out there, check this out. I saw a thing on CNBC a couple of years ago. You can rent handbags. Well, this is just taking it one step further than handbags, and that's a great idea. Renting handbags. I forgot their website, but I saw it on TV a couple of years ago. Thought it was great, and they're doing great. Rent the Runway. Love, wear, return. That's their slogan. So from $50 to $200, you could rent a dress, like a $2,000 dress. You get it. They're going to send you 2 sizes to make sure it fits right. If you live in New York, you'll get it the same day. Everywhere else, you can have an option of 1-day shipping or 2-day shipping, whatever you want. But most people are going to want it overnight. And you can go to a party or a big formal event wearing a $2,000 dress for $200. They're going to mail you 2 different sizes, like I said, to make sure it fits. So imagine this. You're a lady and you want to wear this beautiful dress, but you don't want to, set down $2,000 for it or more, but you really want this phenomenal look for the party you're going to, and you're only going to wear this thing maybe once over the next 5 years or once over the next 3 years. So check this out, renttherunway.com. It's I'm going to make sure that's their domain name. I'm looking at an article here. Yeah, renttherunway.com. Love, wear, return. This is phenomenal. This is a great idea. They took the Netflix concept and put it into dresses and ladies' outfits. That's a huge, huge multi-billion-dollar, billion-dollar business out there. I'm looking for the word here. I'm looking for, it's just a billion-dollar business, women's clothing. And a lot of these clothes, of course, don't cost $2,000 to $3,000 to make. They're very inexpensive to make because they make them overseas, but the whole idea, they have to have a few failures before they have a big hit. Sorry about that microphone that banged in your ear there. But so this is great. This is really great. Renttherunway.com. I know my wife's going to see it and say, maybe I need to try a couple of those dresses out. All right. So if you have a wife that wants a $2,000 dress, rent her one. Okay. And if you have a wife that loves this, tell her to check it out. And if you do get it, let me know. Let me know how it worked. Dan@edan.com. Shoot me off an email. I think it's great. They just raised $15 million, so they're going to be in business for a while. And why do they need to raise $15 million? Well, you already have the answer to that question. A lot of internet companies don't need to raise money, but they're going to need to go buy a whole warehouse full of dresses, okay? And that's $15 million is going to go to that. So they're already getting great press, and that's great. So congratulations to them. I hope they do great. I hope all companies do great, especially when they're working hard and they have other people's money invested on top of that. So that's the show. Thank you so much again to Perez Hilton. Use the promo code DAN, D-A-N, sign up at tiptopwebsite.com so you can get your free domain. I had a great time doing the show as always. And remember, just when you think that all their ideas are taken, people are out there renting dresses for the night, okay? 4 days. Looks like you get them to wear for 4 days, all right? So 4 parties. Try to schedule them back to back. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.